Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, deliver us from the wicked one.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from the wicked one.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thine is, oh yeah, the kingdom and the power and the glory, oh yeah, forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in Shemu'徵. All praises unto the Most High Power, Yahweh, Bashem, Hamashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shai, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four corners of the earth. I say Shalom, Wa, Baruch, that is peace and blessing. I cannot wait to the day when the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, and our enemies and our adversaries and all those who hate us are under our feet. Hallelujah. All praises to the Almighty God.
Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. I'm joined this afternoon, going into the evening, by my most esteemed Kenanaya. Shabbat Shalom, Akik.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Akik. Shabbat Shalom, Yasharal. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shah, Barakatham. Kwam Yashala.
All praises. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, in the name of his beloved Son, Yahweh Shah, the Messiah. Bless you. The Messiah and King, bless you. Rise Israel. Hallelujah. It is another Sabbath Yom. It is another set-apart Sabbath Yom. And I'm so thankful to be in another Sabbath Yom. A lot going on in society, a lot going on in the news. We on the brink of getting out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Most High
Yeah.
knows. You know.
Yeah, Keith. A lot has transpired since the last time we checked in with the brethren and the sisters out there. I want to say feels like close to 2 weeks since the last time we've gone live, but maybe not that long, maybe just a week. But feels good to be back.
Indeed, all praises to the Most High, and you know it is good to be back. It is good to be representing another Sabbath zone, giving praise, honor, and esteem unto the Most High power. And man, Most High has been good too. We've had traveling grace. We've had the ability to make it through work weeks. We've had the ability to make it through everything. 'Cause we here. We here. So we got every reason to be magnify the name of our people. 1/2 second. I'm making a quick post. Yeah, so just another opportunity for us to give praise.
Yeah, indeed, and you know we're picking up in Second Shemu'ėl, and Dawid is journeying. He's learned of Shaul's death, in the previous chapters, and I can't remember if he's brought all of Yasharal together or not. He's had a chance to bring back the nation as one, and has even brought the ark to where he's resting at, where the Most High would eventually set his name up.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He is. We do have the Ark of the Covenant back. It was in the land of the servant of Edom, and now it's back with Dawid in the city of Dawid, and now we can progress forward with getting the everything in line and put where it needs to be. Praise to the album. Shout out to I see you out there, my dear brother Jacob. Appreciate you tuning in with us, brother. No doubt. All right. So we're gonna pick up here in Second Shemu'ėl, chapter number 8. Dawid's triumph. So he's been triumphant. That's what we're about to read about. All right, verse 1. And after it came to pass that Dawid smote the Philistines and subdued them, and Dawid took Methagileam out of the hand of the Philistines. Oh, I wonder what that is. I just said. Let me see what that is.
Methagama.
Oh, Methagama. Is that a city? Okay. Whew. I thought it was something bad. I was like, what? That's it. Okay, so he took the city, the mother city of the Philistines. Continue, verse 2. And he smote Moab and measured them with the line and cast them to the ground. Even with 2 lines measured he to put to death. And with 1 full line he kept alive. And so the Moabites became Dawid's servants and brought gifts. So not only he defeat them, he put them to tribute. So all praise God.
And a few chapters ago, back in actually the last book, he had sought refuge with the Moabites, and had even taken his family there, to be with them. And now we're reading that they would become his subjects.
Right. Did the same thing with the Philistines. It was going to go out with the Philistines, and who knows what would have happened in that situation, but it would have been interesting to see. But continue here, verse 3. Dawid smote also had Hader Ezer. The son of Rahab, king of Zabah, as he went to recover his borders at the river of Euphrates.
Euphrates.
Euphrates, my bad. Euphrates.
So he's extended the borders of the kingdom.
Yeah, indeed. He's getting that work in. Dawid is look, reminds me of our dear brother Ibrahim.
Con. And you know, I really stand corrected because I say that he extended, but the scripture clearly says that he recovered. So this was a possession that was ours that we had lost at some point, but you know, he was able to recover it.
Yeah, I mean, he took the mother city of the Philistines. That's the first thing we read. So, you know, he's definitely putting things together. So, Most High is definitely with him. Continuing here, verse 4. And Dawid took from him 1,000 chariots and 700 horsemen and 20,000 footmen. And Dawid hewed all the chariot horses and reserved them for 100 chariots. Did I read that right? What is that? Halted?
I believe he chopped them up.
Oh, okay. And then he
and I could be wrong. I'm gonna check to see what that hue means.
Okay, so it is huge. Okay, kind of. I thought I was saying it wrong. That's why I was like, Yeah, let's look at that word real quick. A car. Root up. Yeah, to root up. Yeah, to cut. Yeah, so that's like a hewer or a lumberjack. So and chop them up. Then it looks like but reserved them at 100. Okay, so he kept 100. So he hewed up a bunch of them, but he kept 100 for his own use purposes. Continuing here, and when the verse 5, and when the Syrians of Damascus came to sorcerer Hadazer, king of Zabah, Dawid slew of the Syrians 220,000 men. He getting with it, boy. He ain't playing, boy. He getting with it. All praises, man. That's what you want to see. Brother getting brother Elder in this case, definitely getting things put in place. So continuing with verse 6. And Dawid put garrisons in Syria and of Damascus, and the Syrians became servants to Dawid and brought gifts. And Yahweh preserved Dawid whithersoever he went. That's what I'm talking about. Give me some of that soul-stopping power. Verse 7. Dawid took the shield of gold that were on the servants of Hadazer and brought them to Jerusalem. And from Bethar and from Berathiah, cities of Hadazer, King Dawid took exceeding much brass. So, man, he coming up even higher. Verse 9, when Toga, king of Hamath, heard that Dawid had smitten the host of Hadazer, then Toga sent Yoram, his son, unto King Dawid to salute him, and he blessed him because he had fought against Hadazer and smitten him. For Hadazer had war with Toa, and Yoram brought with him vessels of silver and vessels of gold and vessels of brass. So man, he getting it. It's coming out his ears. I mean, they just handed him over treasures. Like he's got Moab giving them he said, gifts. He's got the Philistines paying him. Now he took what he had in the other place that we just read. What was it? Eleazar's place, and now Eleazar's enemy sent his son with all manner of vessels. Like,
and this is Torah. You know, this is Torah. You know, he's walking it out. These people that he is conquering, are becoming his tributaries. You know, we can read that in Devarim.
Indeed, Aki. Indeed, all praises to the Most High. Verse 11. Which also Dawid did dedicate unto Yahweh with the silver and the gold, and he dedicated of all nations which he subdued, as he dedicated of all nations which he subdued, and Syria and of Moab, and the children of Ammon, and the Philistines, and of Amalek, and of the spoils of Eleazar, son of Rahab, king of Zoar, or Zobah. Verse 13. And Dawid got him a name when he returned from smiting of Syria in the valley of Salt, being 18,000 men. Wow. He out there putting in work, bad work. Verse 14. And he put garrisons in Edom. Throughout all Edom put he garrison. And all they of Edom became David's servants. And Yahweh preserved David whithersoever he went. So now he's put garrisons all throughout Edom. Now, it's okay, so let me say this. Modern terms, if you're not familiar with this terminology, you see in modernness, in this time, when I see that word garrison, that is like an army base or a military base. Mm-hmm. That's how I perceive that. I'm gonna see if that's what they interpreted that is. That's what I take that as. Now this is officers, pillars to set over something place, pillar, perfect garrison post, like a military post. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look here, military post. Yeah, so that's what it meant. That's what I took it as. That's what it means in modern times. That's a post where you have. So this is amazing. He says, throughout all Edom, put military posts. So there are Israelite soldiers all through Edom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, I'm wondering if these Edomite servants of Dawid, if they served in a military role as servants. You know, if he went out to war with somebody, did he send in some of his servants from Edom? You know,
that's a good question. I don't know that for certain. Let me see what this word servant is interpreted as. Igbed, slave, servant, manservant, subjects, servants, worshipers. Yeah, I would say between slave, servant, manservant, subjects. Yeah, so whatever I don't know if people would put them in his military, because you got to trust people in your military. Otherwise, they'll say, who am I commonly? Yeah, I think they just was basically his servants. Yeah, so and they probably did whatever he wanted them to do, but military is a trusted position, and yeah, you want to be careful who represent your military. Like this place and other places where you can hire mercenaries, you know. So, verse 15. And Dawid reigned over all Israel, and Dawid executed judgment and justice unto all his people. And Joab, son of Zerah, went over the host of Jephthah, son of Ashiel. Oh, I messed that up. Ashael. Ashalu.
Let's see.
Ahilud. Ashlud. But I was trying to be Ash. A-H. Alud. Alud.
Ahilud.
Ahilud. Okay. I was forgetting the H. Forgetting the H. Was recorder. Okay. And Ishbak, the son of Abitud, or Akitud, and Ahimelech, son of Abithar, were the priests, and serve Sariah was the scribe. Okay. Please, I promise I'll be trying to get these words and maybe get me. Verse 18. And Benaiah, the son of
Jehoiada,
was over both the Cherethites and
Kerathite.
The Kerethites, and Pelethites. Pelethites. And David's sons were chief rulers. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep working on that. All right, continuing here. So I hope we got where we were before. David has definitely put some things in order, gotten things moving in the direction that they need to move, and there's heavy progression in Israel and our enemies who are around about us. So with a lot of progression. This continue here. 2 Shemu'ėl chapter 9. David's kindness to Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth. Oh, that's no, he's dead. That's
no, I think it's Jonathan's son. Yeah, Khan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Bosheth is dead, but this is Jonathan's son.
Oh, okay. So they had they must have a similar name, because I say Mephibosheth was Shaul's son, and they took his head and brought it to David. Yeah, crazy business. Anyway, verse 1. David said, "Is there yet any that is left of the house of Shaul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" And there was in the house of Shaul a servant whose name was Ziba. And when they had called him unto David, the king said unto him, "Are you Ziba?" And he said, "Your servant is he." Yeah, I'm him. That's me. And the king said, "Is there not yet any of the house of Shaul that I can show the kindness of the Most High unto him?" And Ziba said unto the king, "Jonathan has a son which is lame in his feet." Oh, okay. So I guess he did have a close name to his uncle, who was king. Verse 4. And the king said unto him, Where is he? And Zabbai said unto the king, Behold, he is in the house of Marah, or Makah. Makor? Not Kor.
Mm-hmm. Makir.
C.H. Makir. Okay. The son of Emael and in Lodabar. All right. Verse 5. Then King Dawid went to fetch him out of the house of Makari, the son of Emael in Lodabar. And when Mishbosheth, the son of Jehonathan, the son of Shaul, was come unto Dawid, he fell on his face and did reverence. And Dawid said, Mishbosheth. And he answered, Behold, your servant. And Dawid said unto him, Fear not, for I will surely show you kindness for Jehonathan your father's sake, and restore you all the land of Shaul your father, and you shall eat bread at my table continually. And he bowed himself and said, What is your servant that you should look upon such a dead dog as am I? Like, look, I appreciate it, but man, I'm nothing. And let's see what the king tells him here. So then the king called to Zabbai, Shaul's servant, and said unto him, I given him his master's son all that pertaineth unto Shaul and all the house and all of his house. You therefore and your sons and your servants shall till the land for him and show him Slaki. And you shall bring all the fruits that your master's son, or that your master's son may have food to eat. But Mishbosheth, the master's son, shall eat bread always at my table. Now, Zabbai had 15 sons and 20 servants. Zabbai doing it big. Well, 15 sons and 20 servants. My goodness. He got almost as many sons as he got servants.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. Then said Zabbai unto the king, according to all my master the king have commanded his servant, so shall you do. As for Mishbosheth, said the king, he shall eat at my table as one of the king's sons. And Mishbosheth had a young son whose name was Makah. And all that dwelled in the house of Zabbai were servants unto Mishbosheth. So Mishbosheth dwelt in Jerusalem and did eat continually at at the table, at the king's table, and was laying in both his feet. So wonder if they could have got his feet fixed up for him.
You know, and I'm wondering what that actually entails, because he's capable enough to bear a son.
Yeah.
But it's saying that he's lame in the feet. So, you know, did he walk with a limp, or, you know, it must have not been anything to prevent him from having, well, we just read 26 servants. Well, no, 36 servants, because all of that was in Zibbai's house was his servants, and that was 15 sons and 20 servants plus Zabbai. That's, you know, it's 36 people.
Yeah. Well,
or maybe they were just tending to him and getting him around everywhere.
Yeah, it sounded like he probably couldn't. Because remember, it was something along the lines of he had a nurse or something, and something happened, and that happened when he was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I remember us reading it before. I think in the first book of Shemu'ėl.
I think that might have been Ishbosheth.
Oh, Ishbosheth, am I saying wrong?
Well, I think that was oh, you said that was in this chapter where they said that his nurse dropped him?
No, I think that was in the first book, the first book of Shemu'ėl.
Yeah, that would have been referring to Ishbosheth, Shaul's son.
Oh, okay. So is this our
And this
first?
is, I believe this might be the first time that Ishbosheth jumps up.
Okay, let me take a look at that real quick, because it seems like I remember seeing that. Maybe I could be mistaken. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Second
Oh, you know
Shemu'ėl.
what? But you know, you're right. You're right, because in 2 Samuel chapter 4, you're right. It says that he fell and became lame, and his name was Mishbosheth.
Okay.
So
it was last time we read.
and his nurse took him up and fled, and it came to pass as she made haste to flee that she fell, and because and he became lame. Yep, you were right. I thought it was Mishbosheth. I mean, I thought it was Mishbosheth.
Yeah, because he was the king, and he was doing good until now we close in on him, and then his servants went overly zealous, acting like they was fighting heathens. Well, let's continue here. 2 Shemu'ėl chapter 10. Ammon and Aram defeat. So he whooping everybody. Everybody gets and they get smoked at the same time. Verse 1. And it came to pass after this that the king of the children of Ammon died, and Hanan, his son, reigned in his stead. Then said Dawid, I will show kindness unto Hanan, the son of Nahash. Now, ain't that devil? Not devil, but snake, Nahash?
Let's see.
I believe that's Nahash is a snake. Serpent? Yeah. Don't know. Never trust a dude named Snake.
God.
He gonna do you bad every time. Every time. Continuing. And his father showed him kindness unto me, and Dawid sent to comfort him by the hand of his servant and of his father. And David's servant came unto the land of the children of Ammon. And the prince of the children of Ammon said unto Hanan, their master, think you that David do honor your father, that he has sent comforters unto you? Have not David rather send his servants unto you to search the city and spy it out and overthrow it? You're like, dude, if you can overthrow this, y'all are so weak. Y'all have always been weak. And if he wanted to throw this, he wouldn't need to send no spies. He just come with his sword and smack you out to the ground. Like, too easy. Verse 4. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off the half of their head, half of their beard, and cut off their garments to the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. I'm not laughing at what they did. I'm laughing at this is what's going to get them, you know what I'm saying, put in their proper place. David try to move with mercy and kindness, to be a little kind, send his servants over there, and they straight play him. Like, that's like you sending flowers to, the new cat, the new neighbor. And instead of the new neighbors receiving your flowers and saying thank you, they take the flowers and the base that you sent them in and come smash it on your porch. And like, I don't want your flowers. Like, I was trying to be cool. You don't want to be cool. You want to be something else.
God.
Yeah. My goodness. When they told it unto Dawid, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho till your beards be grown, and then return. He's like, just stay here, man. And dang, these boys, they done played the fool over there. We'll straighten it out. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
And when the children of Ammon saw that they stank before Dawid, the children of Ammon sent and hired the Syrians of Beth Roha, Beth Roha, and the Syrians of Zobah, 20,000 footmen. The king of Ma'akah, 10,000 men. Oh, I'm sorry, 1,000 men. And it's 12,000 men. So you'll be strong because you're going to go and hire an army and fight against the children of Israel, against King Dawid. So your hired army somehow going to get you through this whole situation. Okay, let's see how that works out. Verse 7. And when Dawid heard it, he said, Joab and all the host of mighty men. So it's bad enough he said Joab, because Joab is a warrior among warriors. And let's see what happens here. Verse 8. And the children of Ammon came out and put the battle in array at the entering of the gate. And the Syrians of Moab and Rehob and Ishtob and Ma'akah were by themselves in the field. And Joab saw that the front of the battle was against him before and behind, and chose of all the choice men of Israel, put them in array against the Syrians. All right, so we're gonna fight from this end, and y'all come with me. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai, his brother, that he might put them in array against the children of Ammon. And he said, if the Syrians be too strong for me, then you shall help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for you, then I will come and help you. All right, so he got a surefire way. We got it this way, we got it that way. If y'all need help, we got you. If we need help, you got us. That's how we're going to do it. Verse 12. Be of good courage, and let us play the men for ourselves, for our people, and for the city of our power. And Yahweh did that which seemeth him good. And Joab drew nigh, and the people that were with him, until the battle against the Syrians, and they fled before him. So that's the thing about when you hire people to fight in your military, they're not vested to fight for you. All they're there for is the money you pay them. If ever that money is not sufficient enough for their life, they're gonna be out of there, and they'll betray you. That's why you don't want to. That's not the route you want to go when it comes to defense. You don't want to depend on somebody who you're paying. All right, because anytime they face adversity, they're gonna make a choice. Do I really want this? Do I want something else? Or who can pay me more? So. All right, verse 14. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fled, they fled also before Abishai and entered into the city. So Joab returned from the children of Ammon and came to Jerusalem. And when he saw Syrians, and when the Syrians saw that they were smitten before Israel, they gathered themselves together. and Hadiezer sent and brought. Say again. Oh, that was right.
I was getting ready to say Hadad Ezer, but this is somebody else, I believe.
Oh yeah, because that other cat is dead.
Yeah, Khan.
He took him already. Yeah. Hadiezer.
Hadar Ezer.
Oh,
Hadar Ezer.
Hadar. Okay, Khan. And Hadar Ezer sent and brought out the Syrians that were beyond the river, and they came to him. Halam. And
Shabbat.
I was gonna say okay. And Shabbat, the captain of the host of Hadiezer, went before them. And when it was told Dawid, he gathered all Israel together and passed over Jordan and came to Halam. And the Syrians set themselves in array against Dawid and fought with him. So you done did so much. Now the king is off his seat. And he out there with his gear on. He geared up, ready to fight. You know you in trouble when the king of Israel come to fight. All right. And the Syrians fled before Israel, and Dawid slew the men of 700 chariots of Syria and 40,000 horsemen, and smote Shobach, the captain of their host, who died there. And when all the kings and the servants of Hadiezer saw that they were smitten before Israel, they made shalom to Israel and served them. So the Syrians feared to help the children of Ammon anymore. You should have minded your business, Syrians, because here's the crazy thing about that entire account there. Just like you wouldn't trust, you shouldn't trust the outsider with the military. It's the same thing in your house. If a man has a woman who's there because he got money, and that's why she's there. Well, to the next cat that got money, she'll go to him. So your house is not protected. The house is not a home, because this woman, in the same manner that these mercenaries will go to whoever paid them more. If you paying 5 pieces of gold, somebody else paying 7 pieces of gold, you lost your military. Same thing with that woman. If you paying all the bills and coming home once a week with flowers, somebody else paying all the bills and coming home twice a week with flowers, she gone. So, little life lesson there for you. All right, continue. Second Shemu'ėl, chapter 11. Is this start at 8? Okay. Okay, yeah. Let's continue here. Bathsheba, Dawid's great scene. Here's the problem. The problem child has to show up.
God.
I hate to even read this part here. We were doing so good. Verse 1. Chapter 11, verse 1. It came to pass after a year was expired, at the time when the kings go forth to battle, that Dawid sent Joab and his servants with him, and all of Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. Dawid tarried still at Jerusalem. So Dawid at the crib chilling, and he got his people taking care of things for him. Like, I'm just gonna chill. I've been putting in all this hard work, taking all these territories and putting these people in servitude. I'm just gonna chill on this little bit right here. Verse 2. And it came to pass at an eventide that Dawid arose from off his bed and walked up on the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. Uh-oh. Verse 3. Dawid sent and inquired of the woman, and one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And Dawid sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lied with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned to her house. Come on, Dawid. He's doing so good. Verse 5. I hate this to be the center point of his, because all this good stuff we read it up until this point. And, not to get everything, all the positive stuff he's done. But I just hate he had to fall for this woman. Let this be his fault. But things written aforetime were written for our learning. This is for us to learn from. Get better at. All right, verse 5. The woman conceived and sent and told Dawid and said, I was a child. And Dawid sent to Joab, saying, Send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to Dawid. And when Uriah was come unto Dawid, he demanded him how Joab did, how the people did, and how the war prospered. Like how things going out there. Uriah taking care of things? Joab taking care of things? How the soldiers doing? Everybody holding their spot? It's looking good to you out there? All right. Good. That's good. Sounds good. Sounds like things are going well. Since you came and brought me this report, here's what I'm going to do. Verse 8. And Dawid said unto Uriah, Go down to your house, wash your feet. And Uriah departed from the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. So he asked him to come and have this conversation. Well, he didn't ask him. He commanded that he came and had this conversation. And after the conversation, he said, all right, here's what I'm going to do. Because you gave me this information, I'm going to send you home to your house and go get comfortable and enjoy a couple of days of leisure. And send him to go home. And now send him some food. Take some food down there so they don't got to worry about cooking nothing. They just have no reason to fight. They can just get along. He can, do the thing. So his plan was, let's continue. Verse 9. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his master and went not down to his house. No, he didn't go home. He instead stayed at the king's house, slept at the door. And when he had told Dawid, saying, Uriah went not down to his house, Dawid said unto Uriah, Come you not from your journey? Why did you not go unto your house? And Uriah said unto Dawid, The ark and Israel and Yehuda abide in tents, and my master Joab and the servants of my master are encamped in open fields. Shall I go to my house to eat and drink and lie with my wife? As you liveth, and as your soul liveth, I will not do this thing. So I think that I just saw this right here. I think that Uriah definitely a foreigner, because
you say he was definitely what?
A foreigner.
Oh yeah, calm.
I was under the impression that Uriah was actually an Israelite. Well, the reason I see that difference here in his last bit, he said, as you live and as your soul live, I will not do this thing. So if he was an Israelite, vowing that this wouldn't be the case, he would have said, as Yahweh live, I would not do this thing. But he's swearing on the king. He's not swearing on himself. I mean, not on himself, but he's not swearing to the Most High. He's swearing on the king. Which tells me that he's probably a foreigner, more than most likely, because the highest thing he knows is Dawid, king of Israel, who he works for. Interesting. All right, continuing, verse 12. And Dawid said to Uriah, tarry here today also, and tomorrow, and I will let you depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and tomorrow. And Dawid called, and when Dawid had called him, he did eat and drink before him and made him drunk. And at even he went out and lied on his bed with his servants. Slacky, my bad. Let me start that over. From here. And at even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his master. But he went not down to his house. So some people change when they get a little drunk in them, and they turn into a little different person. But not Uriah. Uriah stayed the same. Stayed in his same mind, same guns. Verse 14. And it came to pass in the morning that Dawid awoke, wrote a letter to Joab, and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter saying, set you Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire you from him, that he may be smitten and die. Did he write that to Joab? Did Joab not say, why are you killing Joab? Okay, continue. Verse 16. And it came to pass when Joab observed the city that he resigned Uriah into the place where he knew that were valiant men were. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab. And there fell some of the people of the servants of Dawid, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Then Joab sent and told Dawid all the things concerning the war, and charged the messenger, saying, Will you have made an end of telling the matter of the war to the king? And if so, be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto you, wherefore approach you so close to the city when you did fight? Know you not that they would shoot from the wall? He's like, you should be pissed, because this plan, we knew better than to use this, but this is what we did. Verse 21. So smote Ahimelech, the son of Jebish, Yebasheth,
Yerubasheth Khan.
Yerubasheth. I'll be leaving parts, letters out. Yerubasheth. Did not the woman cast a piece of millstone upon him from the wall? And he died in Bes? Why then were you so close to the wall? Then say you, the servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. So the messengers went and came and showed Dawid all that Joab had said for him. And the messenger said unto Dawid, surely the men prevailed against us, and came out unto us into the field, and we were upon them even until the entering of the gate. And the shooters shot from the wall upon the servants, and some of the king's servants be dead. And your servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. And Dawid said unto the messenger, you shall surely say unto Joab, let not this thing displease you, for the sword devoureth one as well as another. Make your battle strong against the city and overthrow it, and encourage you him. And when the wife of Uriah the Hittite, and when the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah, her husband, was dead, she mourned for her husband. And when the mourning was past, Dawid sent to fetch her to his house. She became his wife and bare him a son. But the thing that Dawid did displeased Yahweh. So he thinking he's getting over, and it looked good, the sight of people who looking, because Uriah's dead, his wife is free, bigger than me, and that's my wife, and she's pregnant, and it's my baby, and she's gonna bear me a child, and yeah. What he didn't consider was how the Most High was gonna deal with this, and this is where it gets scary. You got to hear Aki?
Indeed, Aki. The water. This is the book of 2 Shemu'ėl, chapter 12. Nathan rebukes Dawid, verse 1. And Yahweh sent Nathan unto Dawid, and he came unto him and said unto him, there were two men in one city, the one rich and the other poor. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing save one little ewe lamb, which he had brought up and nourished up, which he had brought and nourished up. And it grew up together with him and with his children. It did eat of his own meat and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter. So, this domesticated, lamb wasn't for meat purposes in this man's heart. That's wasn't what he wanted. If that's what he wanted, he would have slaughtered it. But, this is something that he was more than fond of. This was like a member of his family.
Indeed.
Right? And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd to dress for the wayfaring man that was coming to him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is unreasonable is an understatement. This man had exceeding many flocks.
Mm-hmm.
He could have took a blemished animal from his flocks if he didn't want to, give the best. Like, he didn't have to take this other man's lamb. Right. Verse 5. And Dawid's anger was greatly kindled against the man, and he said to Nathan, as Yahweh liveth, the man that hath done this thing shall surely die. And he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing, and because he had no pity. So, Dawid understands that what has transpired is wicked, and wrong. But, he's overlooked what he has done.
Right.
But the Most High has it.
We're showing him.
Verse 7. And Nathan said to Dawid, you art the man. Thus saith Yahweh, power of Yasharal, I anointed you king over Yasharal, and I delivered you out of the hand of Shaul. This sounds eerily similar to the words that Samuel delivered to Shaul when the Most High was taking away his anointing from him.
Indeed.
Verse 8. And I gave you your master's house and your master's wives into your bosom, and gave you a house of Yasharal and of Yahweh. And if it had been too little, I would moreover have given unto you such and such things. Wherefore have you despised the commandment of Yahweh to do evil in his sight? You have killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and have taken his wife to be your wife, and have slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon. So Dawid didn't physically kill Uriah. He put him in battle, in the forefront of the battle, and in fact he was shot down, I believe, from shooters. But the Most High has put this blood on King Dawid's hands. All right, verse 10. Now therefore the sword shall never depart out of your house, because you have despised me and has taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be your wife. So, a lot of times I hear the argument that, Dawid wasn't punished for what he did. It was nothing that happened after that. He's still okay well, I don't want to get ahead, but I've heard that argument before, but that's not what we just read. The Most High has rendered judgment against the house of Dawid.
Indeed. Never.
Right? One that continues with us to this day. We look at the violence in our communities, whether it be Chicago, Los Angeles, Houston, Louisville, Kentucky, Baltimore, Jackson, Mississippi, Little Rock, Arkansas, Detroit, Michigan. This sword, these people are the children of Yasharal, and some of them the house of Dawid. And the sword has not departed out of that house, as the Most High has made good on his word. All right. Let's see, verse 11. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up evil against you out of your own house, and I will take your wives before your eyes and give them unto your neighbor, and he shall lie with your wives in the sight of his son.
Wow.
For you did it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Yasharal and before the sun. So again, this is judgment being rendered against King Dawid. Verse 13. And Dawid said unto Nathan, I have sinned against Yahweh. And Nathan said unto Dawid, Yahweh also hath put away your sin. You shall not die. So, we covered this, a while back. We were in Torah, and, the punishment for what had been done was stoning, both he and Bathsheba. This was Torah. We can't overlook that.
Yeah.
I want us to also pay attention to Matthew 23:23. In the latter half of that script, Mashiach speaks about the weightier matters of the law, and the weightier matters of the law being judgment, mercy, and faith. These are the weightier matters of the law, and the Most High weighs one's heart. So it's not up to us to decide like why the Most High spares and why the Most High kills, why he makes alive. It's not our job. Our job is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, right? Verse 14. Howbeit, because by this deed you have given great occasion to the enemies of Yahweh to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto you shall surely die. So, man, when we are transgressing commandments of the Most High and doing wickedly, this give other people, Gentiles, heathens, a reason to blaspheme our power.
Right.
This is something we have to be mindful of, Yahshua. Verse 15. And Nathan departed unto his house, and Yahweh struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto Dawid, and it was very sick. Loss of a child. Dawid therefore besought the Most High for the child, and Dawid fasted and went in and lay all night upon the arets. And the elders of his house arose and went to him to raise him up from the arets, but he would not, neither did he eat bread with them. And it came to pass on the 7th day that the child died, and the servants of David feared to tell him that the child was dead. For they said, Behold, while the child was yet alive, we spake unto him, and he would not hearken to our voice. How will he then vex himself if we tell him that the child is dead? But when David saw that his servants whispered, David perceived that the child was dead. Therefore David said unto his servants, Is the child dead? And they said, He is dead. Then David arose from the arrest, and washed and anointed himself, and changed his apparel, and came into the house of Yahweh, and worshiped. Then he came to his own house, and when he required, they set bread before him, and he did eat. Then said his servants unto him, What thing is this that thou hast done? You did fast and weep for the child while it was yet alive. But when the child was dead, you did rise and eat bread. And he said, While the child was yet alive, I fasted and wept. For I said, Who can tell whether the Most High will be gracious to me, that the child may live? But now he is dead. Wherefore should I fast? Can I bring him back again?
Right.
I shall go to him, but he shall not return to me. So, David understood that, there was, that's another script that would speak against, I would say, regeneration.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The way that it works, continuing. Solomon born, verse 24. And David comforted Bathsheba, his wife, and went in unto her, and lay with her, and she bare a son, and he called his name Solomon. And Yahweh loved him, and he sent by the hand of Nathan the prophet, and he called his name Jedediah, because of Yahweh. War again. So understand that, David had secured, the borders of Yasharal, and he was at peace. Right. However, he is transgressed, and now we're hearing about war, right? So let's just draw a correlation, Verse 26. And Joab fought against Rabbah of the children of Ammon, and took the royal city. And Joab sent messengers to David and said, I have fought against Rabbah, and have taken the city of waters. Now, therefore, gather the rest of the people together, and encamp against the city, and take it, lest I take the city, and it be called after my name. This is a humble thing for Joab. He doesn't want to be more esteemed than his master, right? Yeah. Verse 29. And David gathered all the people together and went to Rabbah and fought against it and took it. And he took their king's crown from off his head, the weight whereof was a talent of gold with the precious stones. And it was set on David's head. And he brought forth the spoil of the city in great abundance. And he brought forth the people that were therein, and put them under saws, and under harrows of iron, and under axes of iron, and made them pass through the brickling. And thus did he unto all the cities of the children of Ammon. So David and all the people returned to Jerusalem. Hallelujah.
David get it in.
Back to, I'm gonna cover this kind of quick, Aki.
Okay.
All right, this is the book of 2 Shemu'eel, chapter 13. Amnon and Tamar, verse 1. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister whose name was Tamar, and Amnon, the son of David, loved her. And Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin, and Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. But Amnon had a friend whose name was Yonadab, the son of Shemu'ėl, David's brother. And Yonadab was a very subtle man. And he said unto him, Why art you, being the king's son, lean from day to day? Will you not tell me? And Amnon said unto him, I love Tamar, my brother's Absalom's sister. And Yonadab said unto him, Lay you down on your bed and make yourself sick. And when your father come to see you, say unto him, I pray you, let my sister Tamar come and give me meat, and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it and eat it at her hand. So Amnon lay down and made himself sick. And when the king was come to him, Amnon said unto the king, I pray you, let Tamar my sister come and make me a couple of cakes in my sight, that I may eat at her hand. And then David sent home to Tamar, saying, Go now to your brother Amnon's house and dress him meat. So Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house, and he was laid down, and she took flour and kneaded it, and made cakes in his sight, and did bake the cakes. And she took a pan and poured them out before him, but he refused to eat. And Amnon said, Have out all men from me. And they went out, every man from him. And Amnon said unto Tamar, Bring the meat into the chamber, that I may eat at your hand. And Tamar took the cakes which she had made, and brought them into the chamber to Amnon her brother. And when she brought them unto him to eat, he took hold of her, and said unto her, Come, lie with me, my sister. Lie, this is your sister. This shouldn't be so. You're not to lay down with this female.
Sick. That's
right?
Sick. Yes.
God. Verse 12. And she answered him, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Yasharal. Do not you this folly. So she's crying out, her life is to be spared. Verse 13. And whither shall I cause my shame to go? And as for you, you shall be as one of the fools in Yasharal. Now, therefore, I pray you, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from you. So, it wasn't a good thing to be seen as a fool. We've got a lot of foolish people running around nowadays, and it's almost like it's cool to be foolish, but that wasn't where we were from. That's not our culture, right?
That's against the culture.
Come. Verse 14. Howbeit, he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than her, then she forced her and lay with her. Then Amnon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he had loved her. And Amnon said unto her, Arise, be gone. So, this was very wicked, what can we expect? It was against Torah anyway, Nothing good was going to come from this.
Not at all.
All right, verse 16. And she said unto him, There is no cause. This evil in sending me away is greater than the other that you did unto me. But he would not hearken unto her. Then he called his servant that ministered unto him and said, Put now this woman out from me, and bolt the door after her. And she had a garment of diverse colors upon her. For with such robes were the king's daughters, that were virgins apparelled. Then his servants brought her out, and bolted the door after her. And Tamar put ashes on her head, and rent her garments of diverse colors that was on her, and laid her hand on her head, and went on crying. And Absalom, her brother, said unto her, Hath Amnon, your brother, been with you? But hold now your peace, or your shalom, my sister. He is your brother. Regard not this thing. So Tamar remained desolate in her brother Absalom's house. So, he was he wanted to be discreet, keep up the spirit of brotherhood, originally, and not, I guess, shame the house of his father,
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe I'm drawing too much into it, but I'm trying to think of why he wouldn't directly go and tell, what had happened, and tell her to cry out. But it's like he's being discreet because she is Amon's sister. They are siblings.
Yeah, I think he had a plan. I think he put his plan in place to. This was the beginning of all these troubles that would follow.
Verse 21. But when King Dawid heard of all these things, he was very wroth. And Absalom spake unto his brother Amon, neither good nor bad. For Absalom hated Amon, because he had forced his sister Tamar. And it came to pass after 2 full years that Absalom had sheep shearers in Evil Hazar, which is beside Ephraim. And Absalom invited all the king's sons. Absalom avenges Tamar. Verse 24. And Absalom came to the king and said, Behold, now your servant hath sheep shearers. Let the king, and I beseech you, and his servants go with your servant. And the king said to Absalom, my son, let us not all go, lest we be chargeable unto you. And he pressed him, howbeit he would not go, but Baruched him. Then said Absalom, If not, I pray you, let my brother Amon go with us. And the king said unto him, Why should he go with you? But Absalom pressed him that he let Amon and all the king's sons go with him. Now Absalom had commanded his servants, saying, Mark you now, when Amon's heart is merry with wine, and when I say unto you, Smite Amon, then kill him. Fear not, I commanded you? Be courageous and be valiant. And the servants of Absalom did unto Amon as Absalom had commanded. Then all the king's sons arose, and every man got him up unto his mule and fled. And it came to pass, while they were in the way, that tidings came to Dawid, saying, Absalom hath slain all the king's sons, and there is not one of them left. Then the king arose and tare his garments and lay on the arets. And all his servants stood by with their clothes rent. And Jonadab, the son of Shemu'ėl, Dawid's brother, and answered and said, Let not my master suppose that they have slain all the young men, the king's sons. For Amnon only is dead. For by the appointment of Absalom, this has been determined from the day that he forced his sister Tamar. So he was aware that this was part of Absalom's plan, you know.
Indeed.
Verse 33. Now therefore, let not my master, the king, take the thing to his heart, to think that all the king's sons are dead. For Amnon only is dead, but Absalom fled. And the young man that kept the watch lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there came much people by the way of the hillside behind him. And Jonadab said unto the king, Behold, the king's sons come, as your servant said, so it is. And it came to pass, as soon as he had made an end of speaking, that behold, the king's sons came and lifted up their voice and wept. And the king also and all his servants wept very sore. But Absalom fled and went to Talmai, the son of Ammihud, king of Geshur. And Dawid mourned for his son every day. So Absalom fled and went to Geshur, and was there 3 years. And the soul of Dawid, of King Dawid, longed to go forth unto Absalom, for he was comforted concerning Amnon, seeing he was dead. You know, I wonder if this Geshur is one of those refuge cities.
Let me see. I didn't even think about that. Let me see what it says. Let's see, refuge. the manslayer. Well, that would be where he should. Well, he's the king's son, so what the high priest gonna say? They're gonna tell him, nah, you don't belong here. Proud and holy, the people, land of North Transjordan. Yeah, it doesn't really say.
Yeah, I'll check it out at some point. See what I can find on it.
Okay.
But let me keep pushing. It's going on 7 o'clock, Aki.
Yeah, we got this last one is what 33. Yeah,
okay, yeah. All right, this is the book of 2 Shemu'ėl, chapter 14, the woman of Tekoa, verse 1. Now Joab, the son of Zeruiah, perceived that the king's heart was toward Absalom, and Joab sent to Tekoa and fetched thence a wise woman and said unto her, I pray you, feign yourself to be a mourner, and put on now mourning apparel, and anoint yourself with oil, but be as a woman that had a long time mourned for the dead, and come to the king and speak on this matter unto him. So Joab put the words in her mouth, and when the woman of Tekoa spake to the king, she fell on her face to the ground, and did obstinance, and said, Help, O king. And the king said unto her, What aileth you? And she answered, I am indeed a widow woman, and my husband is dead. And your handmaid had 2 sons, and the 2 strove together in the field, and there was none to part them, but the one smote the other and slew him. And behold, the whole family is risen against thine handmaid, and they said, Deliver him that smote his brother, that we may kill him for the life of his brother whom he slew, and we will destroy the heir also. And so they shall quench my coal which is left, and shall not leave to my husband neither name nor remainder upon the erects. And the king said unto her, Slaki, and the king said unto the woman, Go to your house, and I will give you charge concerning you. And the woman of Tekoa said unto the king, My Adonai, O king, the iniquity be on me, and on my father's house, and the king and his throne be guiltless. And the king said, Whosoever saith aught unto you, bring him to me, and he shall not touch you any more. Then said she, I pray you, let the king remember Yahweh your power, that you would not suffer the revengers of blood to destroy any more, lest they destroy my son. And he said, As Yahweh liveth, there shall not one hair of your son fall on the erects. Then the woman said, Let thine handmaid, I pray you, speak on word unto my Adonai the king. Slakia, speak one word unto my Adonai the king. And he said, Say on. And the woman said, Wherefore then hast thou thought such a thing against the people of the Most High? For the king do speak this thing as one which is faulty, in that the king do not fetch home again his banished. For we must needs die, and are as water spilt on the ground, which cannot be gathered up again. Neither do the Most High respect any person. Yet do he devise means that his banished be not expelled from him. Now, therefore, that I am come to you, Slakia. Now, therefore, that I am come to speak of this thing unto my Adonai the king, it is because the people have made me afraid. And thy handmaid said, I will now speak unto the king. It may be that the king will perform the request of his handmaid. For the king will hear to deliver his handmaid out of the hand of the man that would destroy me and my son together out of the inheritance of the Most High. Then thine handmaid said, The word of my Adonai the king shall now be comfortable, for as a mallet of the Most High, so is my Adonai the king discern good and bad. Therefore, Yahweh, your power will be with you. Then the king answered and said unto the woman, hide not from me, I pray you, the thing that I shall ask you. And the woman said, let my Adonai the king now speak. And the king said, is not the hand of Joab with all of it, with you in all of this? And the woman answered and said, as your soul liveth, my Adonai the king, none can turn to the right hand or to the left from aught that my Adonai the king have spoken. For your servant Joab, he bade me, and he put all these words in my mouth, in the mouth of your handmaid. So, she comes forth and tells, Dawid the origins of this story and actually who gave it to him, right?
Exactly. So
verse 20. It's like a go ahead out.
I said, so Joab out.
Verse 20. To fetch about this form of speech have your servant Joab done this thing, and my Adonai is wise according to the wisdom of the Malach of the Most High, to know all things that are in the arrests. Absalom is recalled. Verse 21. And the king said unto Joab, behold, now I have done this thing. Go therefore, bring the young man Absalom again. And Joab fell to the ground on his face and bowed himself and thanked the king. And Joab said, today your servant know that I have found grace in your sight, my Adonai, O king, and that the king hath fulfilled the request of his servant. So Joab arose and went to Geshur and brought Absalom to Jerusalem. And the king said, let him turn to his own house and let him not see my face. So Absalom returned to his own house and saw not the king's face. But in all Yasharal, there was none to be so much praise as Absalom for his beauty. From the sole of his foot, even to the crown of his head, there was no blemish in him. So this might have been, part of the reason why, Joab kind of favored Absalom.
Yeah.
Felt like he was going to be a good leader. He had made a difficult decision, to slaughter his own brother.
Right.
I don't even know if we would call that a slaughter as much as judgment. He made a difficult judgment call, to uphold the law,
Yeah, indeed.
But I think, that, and then him being, he would have been perceived as a rightful heir to Dawid.
Yeah.
But the Most High judged the inwards, not the outside.
Exactly.
All right, verse 26. And when he pawed his head, for it was at every year's end that he polled it, because the hair was heavy on him. Therefore he polled it. He weighed the hair of his head at 200 shekels after the king's weight. And unto Absalom there were born 3 sons and 1 daughter, whose name was Tamar. She was the woman of fair countenance. So Absalom dwelt 2 full years in Jerusalem and saw not the king's face. Therefore Absalom sent for Joab to have sent him to the king, but he would not come to him. And when he sent again the second time, he would not come. Therefore he said unto the servants, see, Joab's field is near mine, and he had barley there. Go and set it on fire. And Absalom's servants set the field on fire. So he's got some vengeful ruach in him, you know.
He's got some bad ways, bad ways.
Khan. Verse 31. Then Joab arose and came to Absalom into his house, and said unto him, wherefore have your servants set my field on fire? And Absalom answered Joab, behold, I sent unto you, saying, come here, that I may send you to the king, to say, wherefore am I come from Geshur? It had been good for me to have been there still. Now, therefore, let me see the king's face. And if there be any iniquity in me, let him kill me. So Joab came to the king and told him. And when he had called for Absalom, he came to the king and bowed himself on his face to the ground before the king, and the king kissed Absalom. All right.
Kind. Man, lots of good information here. Quick summary. We're going to jump on, got another call to jump on. But Dawid started off on a high hand and was doing everything well, everything properly, beating his enemies, bringing money into the country, creating great opportunities, and winning victories, fighting against his adversaries. And he was able to get that accomplished. And he ran into a woman, and he couldn't control it. And that put him on this spiral that he's on now. And now his son, his own son, is raised up and is causing problems in Israel. Killed his brother. That wasn't necessarily a problem because his son did wickedly by raping his daughter. So all this is happening under the king's house. These are all his yellow deep. So he can't be surprised of any of this because he brought it upon himself by not controlling himself with that woman. These things were written aforetime before our learning. So definitely take time to learn from these things. And I will rest there. Go ahead,
Khan, definitely some great history here. And some history that it's not so great, but it's also part of our story. I don't think there's anyone in the nation of Yasharal, today that hasn't fallen short at some point and had to repent, for whatever it was. It might be different things from what Dawid, was going through, but I think all of us have been there at some point. And then to also see the Most High, deal with Dawid still as a son, not leaving him altogether unpunished, but deciding not to kill Dawid. Some people might not understand it, but understand that there's weightier matters to the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. But looking forward to the opportunity to get back into this word. I apologize if I felt like I was rushing through. We do have a finish up on another call here shortly, but also glad to be back bringing forth this word for you all, Yasharal. All praises to the Most High.
Indeed, Aki. All praises again. We're going to go ahead and close this on out. We do this for a very specific purpose. The reason we do this is the book of Romans chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Ha'abba for Israel is that they might be saved. We want to see our people saved, set free, and redeemed, put back to where we're supposed to be. How are we going to do it? Number one, we're going to keep the faith and the belief in Hamashiach to return and as our king, kinsman, redeemer. Also, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us in the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is so very important to understand that in the conclusion of the whole matter, we have to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled and all the smoke is clear, we will be judged on whether we have feared the Most High and kept his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. I am your Akhtaki Yaku, joined by my most esteemed Kenaniah, giving all praises, honor, and great esteem to the Most High Power, Yahweh, Hashem, Hamashiach, Malak, Yahweh Shai, and to the 12 tribes of Israel, who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, God, Baruch, that is peace and blessing. And I cannot wait till the day when the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all those who hate us under our feet. Until that day comes, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom, Mr. Pekah.
All praises to the Most High. Praise you, Abba Yah. Kwam Yasha'Allah.
Kwam Yasha Allah.
Barak Hashem. Yahweh.